Today, from Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, this is Madden NFL 21 on EA Sports. We'll see Drew Lock and the Denver Broncos taking on Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. They're ready for football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Broncos will kick. Here's Brandon McManus to start us, and we are off from Denver. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Buccaneer offense taking the field with all eyes in the stadium glued to their quarterback in season number 21. His first, of course, in Tampa, the great Tom Brady.
I'm sure a lot of past teammates for Tom Brady in New England get tired of hearing the phrase, what would Tom Brady do if he's surrounded by weapons? But that's exactly what he's got in Tampa Bay. He's got big-time receivers on the perimeter. You add in Rob Gronkowski at tight end. This may be the best-looking offense that he's ever played with. And now the question is, how quickly will he mesh with those new teammates and take command of his new offense?
On first down, Brady quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. But the Brady-Gronk connection, certainly something to watch here with the Bucs in 2020. Of Tom Brady's 541 touchdown passes coming into 2020, Gronk's 78 were the most of any receiver. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now the first carry for LaShawn McCoy. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Tackled at the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Here's Brady to throw. Looking for Gronkowski, and he's got him complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one. And there's an example on this first possession of the game.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line.
Made by Shelby Harris.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground with McCoy this time. And he'll be down close to the first down marker as he gets this to the Broncos' 19-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
3rd third down.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
Taken down.
5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
So important that you keep an opening drive going because you want to set the tempo right away. And you and I both know you can't set a tempo if you're punting the football away.
Yeah, maybe early. Don't want to be too over the top, but you're right. Big third down conversion. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now they'll throw with Brady. This will be caught just inside the 10. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A gain of 6 there on first.
Mike Evans has been so good downfield. I think that sometimes we end up taking him for granted. When you look back at what he's done each year in the league, he's been a 1,000-yard receiver each and every time. Now paired with the prolific Tom Brady, those numbers could really jump.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Brady. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs.
Pass complete to number 13.
A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Bucs take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. And the QB rating right now, sky high. 4 for 4 on that opening drive, and it ends with a touchdown pass.
Yeah, I don't know quite how to figure it out. I think I need my friends from MIT to come in and help me. But I think 158.3 is the number one.
Yep, that's the
right. That's the
mark.
highest you can get. That's where he is. He'd like to continue on that pace.
And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not. It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Ryan Suckup on for the point after. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. To return it, here's Deontay Spencer. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Broncos offense set to go behind their quarterback in his 2nd season now from Missouri, Charles. It's Drew Lock.
What a roller coaster for Drew Lock from the NFL draft until the end of his rookie season, because on draft night he thought he might go in the 1st round, ended up going in the 2nd, and then didn't get to start with the Broncos until near the end of his rookie year. But the Broncos did go 4-1 in those games, and he played very well, working on his agility and his pocket presence in the offseason. And I love how the Broncos upgraded around him in order to give him more weapons.
Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 26. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. Right off off the bat. It's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Good for a Denver Broncos.
We've seen Melvin Gordon do it a variety of ways running the football. How about that last run? Had a little shake and bake to it there, didn't he?
He did.
Kind of reminded me of when he was at Wisconsin and what he did in Nebraska. His last year there, 408 yards in a single game. At that time, that was the NCAA rushing record, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then a week later, Samaje Perine broke his record with 427 yards against Kansas. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Locke. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
Broncos. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Block working out of the gun. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Complete to Jerry.
Nice catch there by the rookie out of Alabama, Jerry Jeudy, and I am fired up to see the chemistry develop between he and Drew Lock, their quarterback. And in addition, Courtland Sutton, their Pro Bowl wide receiver from last year. This might be the best pair of receivers the Broncos have had since Demaryius Bebe Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders. This should be fun for Bronco fans to watch.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
In the offseason, Melvin Gordon made the move over from the Los Angeles Chargers to the Denver Broncos. He stayed in the AFC West, and now he has a mission to get back to being mentioned as one of the top backs in the league. With a young quarterback, Drew Lock, there, expect him to catch a ton of passes out of the backfield and use his ability in open space to make people miss.
He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end. That'll bring up 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Nothing.
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Here's Locke to throw. Screen pass to Lindsey. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. Do you like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
It's a 47-yard field goal try from here, but instead they're going to opt to go for it on 4th down. They're going to run. This is Gordon. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. Melvin Gordon unable to push his way forward. And the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back. I guess they wanted to get that touchdown right back on their first drive, but failed to do so.
And what they have to be careful of is pushing so hard to stay right there, to stay even with their opponent, that they gas themselves out. You know, it's almost like horse racing. Sometimes you don't want to take your horse right to the front and let them do all the work and then someone catch them at the end and pass them up. You want to make sure you moderate what you're doing along the way and then go for the big finish.
Brady and the Bucs now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Out of the gun, he'll throw. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Barreling in for the sack, Shelby Harris.
And that's a sight no Tampa fan wants to see, nor does Tom Brady want to feel. They've got to keep him upright so he can get damage done downfield with those terrific receivers and really good tight ends.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Shotgun now for Brady. He completes it to Evans. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
It's a gain of 6.
Good catch there by Mike Evans, and his ability to get downfield and create big plays is something that Tom Brady hasn't had on the perimeter in the last few seasons. Mike Evans often fools defenders with his speed because he's so long. People think he can't be that fast, but he is, and combines it with terrific hands and makes big catches.
Brady.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Denver has Deontay Spencer deep to return. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. As Denver comes back out here, Charles, let's talk about the start of their season, 0-2. Not the start, obviously, that they were hoping for, but their trip to Pittsburgh in Week 2 resulted in a pair of losses. The game, but more importantly, the talk after starting quarterback Drew Lock sidelined with a shoulder injury. Early reports have him out a few weeks, and really Denver right now dealing with a rash of injuries.
You're talking about losing Von Miller, their all-pro pass rusher. Phillip Lindsay, their starting running back. Now you mentioned, of course, Drew Lock. Tough to keep things optimistic and tough to keep up with the AFC West with your top talent not on the field. Now, Von Miller did say this week that he's going to rehab hard, and if somehow they're in the playoff race late in the season, he hopes to return in December, but that's a long way away. But here are a few bright spots for them. Backup quarterback Jeff Driscoll, he played relatively well in Week 2. Melvin Gordon now becomes the lead back as long as Lindsey's not playing, and he's been a lead back in the league before. They host Tampa Bay, who's 1-1, and then they visit the 0-2 New York Jets. Can they find a way to get a win or two in the next couple of weeks?
The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. From midfield, here's Locke. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Locke and Sutton on the connection there for a Denver 1st down.
I know a lot of Denver fans are really excited about the possibilities for Cortland Sutton now that Drew Lock is entrenched as their starting quarterback. Remember, last season, the last 5 games with Lock as the guy in charge, the team went 4-1. I think they'll only get better and better. As for the season, Cortland Sutton had 1,112 yards and 6 touchdowns with 3 different quarterbacks. Just put the ball in his vicinity, and he'll make a play.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the 1st down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple.
He's brought down at the...
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
First down marker at the 31. It's third down.
45. Mike, 45.
Shotgun snap to Lock. The Bucs defense stiffens and pushes this to fourth down.
Well, that's a defense coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be from 56 yards out. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. The throw there by Brady intended for Gronkowski, but incomplete. He was looking for Gronk that time, and now it's second down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Brady. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, it's Brady. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
Well, whenever you talk about players that really broke out in the 2019 season, you better add Chris Godwin to that list. Over 1,300 yards receiving, 9 touchdowns. He was 2nd among receivers last season receiving yards per game at 95. This guy combines great body control, excellent strength, and terrific route running ability to become a really big downfield threat.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the gun, it's Lock. They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting.
Buccaneers.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
The Bucs offense going to set up shop again here, and they're right now in the season 1-1. And, you know, Tom Brady, Charles, had never started his season 0-2 as a starting quarterback, and at 43, he didn't want that to begin now. They get into the win column 31-17 in Week 2, beating the Carolina Panthers. Tom Brady, first game in his new digs. Of course, not the fanfare that many had hoped for, but still 217 yards through a touchdown pass to Mike Evans. But he did have a 3rd interception of the new year.
And remember, still learning his team, them still learning him. Talk about those receivers. That timing will come together, and that interception number will drop in a big way because Tom Brady just doesn't do that. He takes care of the ball well. But you did mention not the fanfare that many had hoped for, but enough fanfare that a Hall of Fame quarterback by the name of Brett Favre dropped by to see Tom Brady's home debut. How cool was that? Tom Brady performing in front of another Hall of Famer.
Did you tell me that he was wearing a Tampa Bay shirt?
Yeah, I think it said Tampa Bay.
Oh, dear.
So they're already renaming the city for TB12, and no real surprise there. Look, if they get to the Super Bowl, I think that name change might become official. They'll take another step towards that this week in Denver, and they'll have a new starting quarterback, Jeff Driscoll, stepping in for the injured Drew Lock.
Throwing on first down is Brady. This is Miller, complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Complete to Scotty Miller.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll find Miller. That's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Brady to throw again. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Brady. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Scotty Miller in the final seconds of the first half as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Suck up for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. That time a 6-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. On the return is Spencer. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
No reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on first down. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number one. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. It's something we've said a million times, but we were treated to a fine performance in the first half from Tom Brady. His guys have a 2-touchdown lead as we hand it back over to Brandon Godwin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Noah Fant was a first-round pick in 2019, and he was picked because of his receiving skills. Had 40 catches in his rookie season for 562 yards. Did have 2 games where he topped 100 yards in each of those. Yes, he's still developing as a blocker, but that's not why he went in the first round. He went there for his ability to make big plays down the field.
And the Buccaneer defense for the second straight play, flexing its muscle by forcing a loss.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Operating from the gun. Lock. Got a man. It's Judy complete. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A nice pickup of 23 on the third down conversion.
10 at the 50-yard line.
Now Gordon on first down. Levante David, the Bucs' leading tackler a season ago, in on the stop.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On 2nd and 7. Lock. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for the rookie Jerry Judy there. And it's 3rd down.
The scoreboard tells a story for him, a little bit bleak. And while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close. But the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Let's go, defense. Let's go.
From the gun, Lock. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Back to the ground now with Gordon. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
We know Melvin Gordon is very effective getting to the perimeter, but being a former University of Wisconsin Badger means you know how to run the ball inside and with power as well. I also like the fact that he's a weapon in the passing game. Had as many as 58 catches in a season. Throw it to him in space and look out.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll try the draw. Lindsey. He will push his way down to about the 14. It was Jason Pierre-Paul who was able to get him down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They look to throw. It's Lock. And incomplete. He was looking for Tim Patrick that time. And it's 3rd down.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Operating from the gun. Lock. The Bucs defense stiffens and pushes this to 4th down. So 2 3rd down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today.
A 31-yard attempt.
The kick by McManus is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Automatic first down.
Following the penalty, here's Gordon. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Defensively, they must have been expecting a pass. They were in the dime look out there.
I think maybe they were deciding to go with speed on the field rather than bulk. I'm with you, a little bit surprising. They wanted people getting to the ball as fast as possible. The lighter, shiftier defensive backs allow you that opportunity.
They'll try and punch it in. Gordon, and he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Melvin Gordon taking it in, and the Broncos draw a bit closer. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And that one makes it 14-7. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it's capped off by a touchdown run coming from Melvin Gordon. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he returns this to the 22.
J-Don Mickens on the return. The Bucs take over 1st and 10.
Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Brady and the Buccaneers here 1st and 10 at their own 22. And he'll begin the drive with a give to Jones. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Working from the gun, it's Brady. He's got it complete to Gronkowski. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
And there's a nice catch there by Rob Gronkowski. We all know the story. Came out of retirement, got himself traded to Tampa Bay from New England in order to reconnect with his favorite quarterback. And no one has caught more Tom Brady touchdowns than Gronk, and he expects to add to that total in Tampa Bay.
Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Brady gives this one off to Jones. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 43-yard line. The end of the third quarter.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second and 11 now. Now Brady. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Brady's pass.
Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Now, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun, Brady. He finds McCoy. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 42-yard line. Operating from the gun. Brady, open man, Gronkowski complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And not able to break away this time, as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium, they always posted it.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. After the turnover, here's Locke. He's got his big tight end, Fant. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Locke now to throw. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. The 305-pound Ndamukong Suh finding the path to the QB there.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
So 3rd and long now for Locke and the Broncos following the sack. From the gun, Locke. Able to get this to Gordon. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
On 1st down, Locke. Got Gordon open, completes it. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Locke working out of the gun. That's going to be caught by Judy. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
For Broncos. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now Locke again. He'll find Lindsey here. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on 1st down. They're ahead of the chains now.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking to get it to Phillip Lindsay there, and that'll make it 3rd down. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line.
By the Buccaneers. They'll take over.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who have had the receivers on lockdown.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. On 1st down, it's Jones, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Touchdown.
A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Bucs capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Extra point try now for Suckup. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Well, they got the ball in great field position. 1 play later, boom, end zone.
Broncos 7.
Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. On the return is Spencer. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Taking over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Now Drew Lock and the Broncos. Down by 2 touchdowns. Just over a minute 40 to play. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance.
Let me feel myself a little bit.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Screen pass to Lindsey. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
At the 24-yard line.
The Broncos in the hurry-up try to get to their positions and get set quickly. To throw again on second down. Lock. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Ready. 45. Mike, 45. Here it comes. 45, 45, 45. Mike, 45. Ready.
Operating from the gun. Lock. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll go for it. It's Lock. He's going to let it fly. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
They'll take over.
On fourth down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, fourth down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
Hey, Ted. 180. 180. Hey, watch the slant. 47's the mic. 47's the hit. Quit talking about it. Jack it, reload.
They'll run on first down. It's Jones. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game.
We got him.
3 yards to go on second down, and they've got three tight ends out there. Jumbo set.
47's the mic, boy. 47. Check, check. 47. Let's get this.
They'll go again to Jones, and he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
42's the mic, boys. 42.
Victory formation now for the Buccaneers. Down to a knee they go.
I'm feeling like Will. I feel like a prince. I'm feeling myself. I'm loaded with bills. Cause I was blessed with no one who failed. Don't know how I feel.
380. Watch your slant. Watch your slant. Watch your slant.
Brady will take a knee here, and that should just about do it.
On the keeper. A loss of a yard on the play. And it's third down.
So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, everyone, as we say so long from Denver.